Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Upside Down. Today we're talking about 2021's Candyman. This will be a spoiler review of Candyman. If you want to check out a non-spoiler review, I did a quicker Instagram written review, so go follow me on Instagram. Please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Letterboxd. A sequel to the horror film Candyman that returns to the now-gentrified Chicago neighborhood where the legend began. Candyman is directed by DaCosta and written by Jordan Peele, Win Rosenfeld, and DaCosta. This movie stars Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, Teyonah Parris, Stewart-Jarrett, and Colman Domingo. So I was really excited for this movie. I thought the trailers, especially the newest trailer, made it look really good, like an actual, well-made, well-crafted, well-acted, everything horror movie. But I will say, after seeing this movie, that second trailer showed way too much. And I didn't even think it showed too much when I first saw it. Before seeing the movie, I was like, well, you barely see Candyman in it. You barely see Candyman in the trailer, so obviously that can't be showing everything, because you must see Candyman more in the actual movie. And you do. Not much, though. So you don't see that much of Candyman himself. I know, it's Candyman, and he's the whole damn hive. But you really don't see that much of him in the trailer, or really in the movie. But that's not even my biggest flaw with this film. But first, let me shine a light on some of the positives, because there are quite a few positives, and I think they're glowing. They're really good positives. I think DaCosta is a good director, a very capable, very good, to be honest, director, especially in the horror genre. The horror stuff in this film, I think, is directed very well. The various forms of horror in this film are directed very well. There's some scenes that, and some images, some visuals that are just absolutely stunning and great to look at, and really well done. Another positive is the acting. I thought the acting was pretty fantastic. I think WandaVision's Teyonah Parris, who I absolutely loved in WandaVision. I love in anything I see her in. I have not seen her in much, but I am excited to see her in The Marvels, which will also be directed by DaCosta. I think she is the standout here. I don't know if that's a hot take, but I think she's just really good in this film. Not that she's good is the hot take, just that she's the standout, because I really was very impressed with her acting ability, and of course WandaVision, but also here. And like I said, though, the cast is great. I really enjoyed pretty much everybody in this cast. So I personally loved the social, issues that were presented in this film, because it connects to the original. The original had a lot of racial and social issues, in their themes that really resonated with me for that one, and some of it resonated with me in this one. It fits here because it was in the original. I'm not saying that everything, like people that say, well, it was in the book. It doesn't mean that it always transforms into film, but this is both from two movies. It made sense that they would focus on some racial and social issues and the justice or injustice of that. So I personally enjoyed that. I don't think that it was all executed greatly, but I did really appreciate that they shone a light on this stuff, because it's important, and it's just crazy that all this injustice is still happening nowadays. The first one came out in 1992, the stuff was happening, and now this one in 2021, it's still happening. So there is some comedy throughout this, which is to be expected. I mean, Jordan Peele, he came from comedy, and he does comedy very well. He also does horror really well, and his presence was definitely felt here in the horror aspect and some of the comedy aspect. Some of the comedy landed, not all of it landed for me, but I did get some chuckles here and there. And I loved that how it played with the tropes kind of horror. There's a scene when Brianna, Teyonah Parris' character, she opens the door, she's looking for someone, and she's looking for her boyfriend. She opens the door, and it's like a dark basement. She's like, nope, and then closes the door. I absolutely love that. It's making fun of the tropes. So it did have some well-crafted suspense and horror, but that leads me to my negatives. There wasn't much horror here that truly scared me, for me personally at least, and the people I went with. It wasn't that scary. There was some good suspense. I think that could have been even better. think that the horror could have been better. This could have been a scarier movie, and I just don't think that it totally got there. I mean, this has body, slasher, psychological horror, and themes like revolving around that, you know, in this movie, and some of it, like I said, is good, but some of it just didn't hit for me, or I wasn't that scared or on the edge of my seat for, unfortunately. I really wanted to be more scared and more in total suspense during this film. So these are my two biggest flaws, I would say, these next ones, and I can go in more depth because this is a spoiler review, but a character or two, and I would really only say, well, no, a character or two didn't have the character development that I kind of would have liked. Colman Domingo's character, William Burke, oh, he was good, do not get me wrong. Colman Domingo really sold this role. The twist at the end is that he's a part of this somehow, and he's been making sure the legacy of Candyman lives on, and that didn't work for me. This could have benefited from 10-15 minutes more explaining this twist and why. But he just got crazy almost out of nowhere to me and cut off Troy's arm, because Troy, this whole movie, was like starting to become a beehive, basically, where his skin was all weird. He got a bee sting, and then his skin started getting weird, which was kind of another flaw. It's like it was barely noticeable to everyone else. They were acting like it wasn't, but it was pretty big, and he was like, the doctor patched me up. No, he didn't. So the twist is that Colman Domingo's character, you know, is in on this somehow, and he wants that legacy to live on. He just seemed too crazy, and honestly, this twist, I thought, was laughably bad, to be honest, for me at least. Like I said, I just wish we got more development with it. But yeah, the twist and the lack of character development kind of are two big flaws, but they kind of go in together, because I feel like this could have been executed way better than it actually was. And I just wish we knew more of why he was doing this. I mean, I know he said Candyman needs to live on, and it needs to have certain, you know, aspects of the legend, so he cuts off his arm and everything. But I mean, he had a past with the Candyman, basically, where this guy came out of the walls and gave him candy, and I guess he turned out to be harmless. And then he's from the first, well, he's not from the first one. His legend was told in the first one. The cops just came and beat him up on the spot. And then like Colman Domingo says in this one, you know, weeks later, more razor blades and more candy, so he had been innocent, but it was really Candyman's spirit. I just wish they explained more about Candyman. I wish Candyman got more development, and Colman Domingo's character got more development. The third act, it just felt so rushed and discombobulated. Yeah, it just felt too rushed. I think that they, like I said, they could have benefited from 10 to 15 more minutes, because it is a shortish movie, and in explaining the twist and having more Candyman in there, I think would have really made the twist at least a little better, not as bad as it came off as. And then we get, you know, Teyonah Parris gets arrested, and then she says Candyman 5 times in the mirror, which I actually liked this, because it's, I don't know if, I mean, a lot of people probably caught it, it's probably the point, but she felt more afraid to be in police custody than she did if she summoned Candyman, because she didn't know Candyman could have killed her. Yes, it was Troy, and she was probably just hoping he would help her out, and that's probably what she thought. It's a good commentary kind of on the racial injustices going on. She felt more comfortable summoning Candyman than she did in this policeman's custody. And Candyman just, you know, tears everyone apart. I think it had to do with Troy's love for her, because Troy was somewhat still in there. So he, even if they didn't say Candyman 5 times, he still gutted them. And I liked that aspect of it. I did like the cop thing and her saying Candyman 5 times, and that was for dramatic effect, I know, but she should have just said that really fast. I did actually like that aspect of it. It still just felt discombobulated in the third act, though. I think that, like I said, the third act could have been executed a lot better than it was. So, yeah, the twist with Colman Domingo's character being on Candyman's side or whatever was not good to me. Overall, I was just let down by it. Another cool thing, though, is the puppets that you see in the trailer, like the little shadow puppet thing. I thought that it was a really cool way to have exposition scenes, but you told it through the puppets, the little shadow puppets. I thought that was a really cool visual to have along with the exposition. But still, I don't think that the twist and I mean, it still wasn't that great. I don't think the twist in the third act would have been that bad if they fleshed it out, no pun intended. Just a little better, a little more, 10 to 15 more minutes. I didn't hate this. I actually liked some of what they were going for. I just think that it could have been executed better. I was a little let down by this movie. But what would I give Candyman 2021? Candyman gets a 6.5 out of 10 from me. That's a 6.5 out of 10. What did you think of the new Candyman? Did you like it more than me? Did you like it less than me? Did you love it? Is it the best horror movie you've ever seen? Let me know down in that comment section, please. If you liked what you've seen here and you're gonna like some more, so click around here to see some more. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video with the Candyman fans in your life. Hit that notification bell, subscribe, and come.